So here we are with Josh Wiles, who plays Terry Fox. Josh, how do you feel about playing Terry Fox?
It's interesting, terrifying, scary, challenging, and incredibly rewarding. If I can sum it up in like 5 words. It's pretty awesome. I enjoy it a lot. It was a wonderful rehearsal process and crazy short, but also a lot really interesting and really inspiring to work with all these amazing people.
Hi, I play Leslie in Marathon of Hope.
I'm Michelle Bowie and I play Rika.
I am Tess Benger and I play Sharon.
So how do you guys feel about working in a show that's constantly changing and being reworked through the run?
Well, you know, it's not being changed during the run, but during the rehearsal process, it was exciting, it was daunting, it was a little scary at times, but it's also what we signed up for. So I think it's been really cool to be part of something that's in its infancy and to kind of see, you know, where it's at now and like everyone taking ownership over it. Yeah, and where it could go after the run. It's been really cool and thrilling.
Yeah, that was really fun, and being able to kind of give some input was really interesting too. I like that. Just got some fun things.
How do you feel about John Connolly?
John Connolly is amazing. He's written some just killer tunes. They're catchy and soul, like they just like tear apart your soul and make you cry. And there's other ones that are just incredibly uplifting. He's hit a really awesome tone for this show that I think really works, especially for Canadian theatre, musical theatre.
Oh, I love it. Oh God, I love John Connolly. I've known John for a while, not as long as you've known him. I guess, actually, you know what? I saw Marathon of Hope when I was in first year at Sheridan. They did it in third year in the studio, and I would always see this guy walking around the halls, this like giant bear man who was always smiling at everyone. And I was like, who's this wonderful person? And then I saw his show, and I was like, of course, this is who wrote this beautiful music. And then I hung out with him along PEI when I was doing Interviewing Animals, another Canadian musical. And I fell in love with him. And he's an amazing guy, and I think he's a brilliant composer. Yeah. And I think he really brings his spirit to his music, and his PEI East Coast influence too into it, which is really nice.
I've known John for quite some time because we're both from Charlottetown, and I've heard he's been telling me about this project for a very long time. So it was really cool to finally see what it was all about and to finally be a part of it. And it's really, you can tell how special it is to him, and that comes across in the work, and I think helps us as well.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know John. I didn't go to Sheridan, so I met him at the auditions, and he was like such a friendly face. He was so warm and calming, and he's such a positive person, so talented. And the music's just really such a pleasure to sing. Some of it's like really difficult music too, but it's such a pleasure to sing every night and like so easy to sing, if that makes sense. Like it just kind of is a joy to sing it every night.
Yeah.
So people want to know, how do you work the leg on stage to make it look realistic?
Well, it was an evolving process during the rehearsal period. I watched a lot of videos of Terry Fox during the run, and we did some movement work during rehearsals. But a lot of it was on me to kind of rehearse in front of a mirror a bunch of times. And in a lot of the staging, we ended up doing a lot of running on the spot. So I learned how to run across distance, and then I had to learn how to make it look still kind of believable on the spot. So it's such an iconic gait. Like everyone has their image of Terry Fox from whether it's interviews, like news clippings or things that they've seen videos online or documentaries and stuff like that. So it's really important to get that right. And it's fun. It's exhausting. There's certain songs where I'm doing it for a while and it feels like a marathon, but it's an interesting process. They're very physical and a lot of fun to do.
So what's the most rewarding experience you've had doing this show and meeting all the people you have?
Most rewarding. Well, working with the creative team was fantastic, and working with the cast is incredible. They're all I'm right out of theatre school, and to be plugged right into with all these incredible professionals who have had such incredible careers already. I'm overwhelmed, but I think the most amazing experience I had during the whole process was probably on opening night when the Fox family was there. That was just incredible and just an emotion ride of an evening. Just it was probably one of those nights that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Okay, so tell people why they should come see this show.
You should come see Marathon of Hope because it is a Canadian-made show about one of our own Canadian heroes. But the thing I love about it is that it doesn't seek to, put him on a really high pedestal or like hero worship. It's not that. It's trying to give like a very honest view of his life, and it's such an incredible story and an incredible life to look at later now. And it's so important now with a lot of the things that are happening in our world today to come back to those stories of people that really just had hope for the future and persevered and pushed through a lot of difficult things to get to something that eventually became the Terry Fox Foundation and changed so much in researching cancer and finding cures for the diseases that were treatable when Terry was alive. It's an incredible story of hope and perseverance and determination and just an incredible part of the Canadian spirit.
I think that people should see Marathon of Hope because it is the beginning of something really important, I think, for Canadian musical theatre in particular. I think this show is timeless. It's going to last forever because it's about something hugely important in our history. And it's also about something timeless, which is miracles and dreaming big and
It also there's a lot to the story of Terry Fox that you might think you would have known, but you just have no idea the whole story behind everything that happened. And when you come see the show, it's really amazing to just get to know his whole journey.
We learned a lot about
the
story.
I thought I knew stuff, but
it's crazy, and it's a piece of Canadian musical theater in the making. I think there's such a life for this show, and also now, I think people should come if they can come in the next couple of days, because just getting that response from the audience, it has been so positive. We thought it was really special, the whole process, but I think it's been validating for everyone to know that yes, it is affecting people, and everyone has different parts and different songs. I love hearing what's responding with people and audiences. So
it's really special.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
we all met on the show, and it's been really nice.
Yeah.
How was it meeting Terry Fox's family?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's so cool and emotional, and
That was surreal.
crazy.
That was so surreal. And I was the other day. It was our night off. It was Sunday night, and I was like, I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna Google pictures of Terry Fox. I'm addicted to this show. We all kind of are.
Yeah.
But I was Googling photos of Terry Fox, and there were some photos of Daryl Fox in the background, who we got to meet on opening. And there were photos of Doug, who I got to meet, Paula and I got to meet at a reading that the Sheridan students did at Tarragon. And that was so surreal. It was crazy. To think that they were there, legitimately there.
And also, it's so part of their everyday lives. It's so it's still so fresh for them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Leslie said
It
that.
seems
right?
like
Leslie
it was just
said-
yesterday.
Like Leslie said, it feels like yesterday. I got to speak with her before we did the opening, which was so great, and she was just so frank about how much it's still a part of their lives. The second they were all just so affected, and we saw them with the friends. So it was really special to have them there, and they liked it. Thank goodness.
They loved it. They loved it, and that was so cool.